To the stunning fall from grace for a man who was once a darling of Hollywood. Human Rights Watch is calling the trial of the man who inspired the 2004 critically acclaimed film Hotel Rwanda, quote, flawed. Yet he now faces decades behind bars for terrorism-related offenses. Maggie Rulli has been following this trial since the beginning and has more on the case and why the State Department is also now saying they're concerned.
Tonight, a Rwandan court sealing the fate of Paul Rusesabagina, the man who was once a darling of the international community, even inspiring the Oscar-nominated film Hotel Rwanda.
Look at them. These are not rebels. Soon they will be worthless to you. Why not take some money for your work? How much?
Rusesabagina now found guilty of forming an illegal armed group and being a member of a terrorist organization. He was sentenced to 25 years in jail. We spoke with his daughter Corinne after the verdict was read in what she says was a sham trial.
He's innocent. He's a human rights defender, and he has so much love in his heart, and he's so calm and warm, and people know this. The way that the Rwandan government is trying to change the perception of him internationally, this propaganda machine, this false allegations, this is just because he knows that the world likes my father.
Last year, Rwandan prosecutors charged Rusesabagina with 13 terror-related offenses, including financing terrorists, complicity in murder, and forming a rebel group. He had previously said the current government was the enemy of the people and called for any means possible to bring about change. Rusesabagina has maintained his innocence.
What is the mood there like right now as you're watching these verdicts come in?
So it's not a surprising day, but it's still nonetheless a difficult one. It's quite a strange experience, actually, to watch a judgment be pronounced when you already know the outcome.
Rusesabagina's conviction is an extraordinary fall from grace. The release of Hotel Rwanda heroically portrayed Paul Rusesabagina helping more than 1,000 people take shelter at Hotel Mille Collines during the 1994 Rwandan genocide. From there, he quickly ascended to fame, giving highly paid speeches around the world and even receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Without that shelter, every one of them would almost surely have been killed during those weeks and months of merciless terror.
But in recent years, Rusesabagina's luster had faded. He had also become an outspoken critic of Rwanda's President Paul Kagame, his family saying that made him a target.
President Kagame, or the dictator Kagame, has tried to kill our father several times before and harassed him. He has followed him at events, conferences. They've broken into our home.
What did he say to you last time you spoke?
He hopes that the international community is watching.
Rusesabagina, who is a permanent U.S. resident and whose family lives in San Antonio, alleges he was kidnapped by Rwandan authorities August last year, something Rwanda's president has vehemently denied.
There was no kidnap, there was no any wrongdoing in the process of his getting here.
Strongman President Paul Kagame is often called the darling tyrant. The U.S. is one of his staunchest allies and oldest supporters, and some credit him with turning the country into an economic powerhouse for the region in the years after the genocide. President Kagame has been consolidating power now for decades and is known for sniffing out his enemies. Rusesabagina claims he was tricked by a pastor into boarding a private jet while transiting in Dubai, thinking he was going to speak at churches in Burundi. Instead, the plane landed in Rwanda, where he was promptly arrested. The U.S. Department of State reacting to Rusesabagina's verdict, saying, "We are concerned by the objections Mr. Rusesabagina raised related to his lack of confidential, unimpeded access to his lawyers and relevant case documents, and his initial lack of access to counsel. We urge the government of Rwanda to take steps to examine these shortcomings." Rusesabagina's family is now determined to get him out.
I believe my father will come home. I mean, he's innocent. We're not discouraged.
Maggie Rulli for ABC News.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.